Ever wonder why winning at life feels so vague, while losing is crystal clear? Most of us think we're doing okay. We're busy, we're productive, we're getting by, but are we actually winning? I'm Sia, and today we're going to learn how to win, and to win in the 4 areas that matter the most: health, wealth, happiness, and love. And here's what's strange. We all know how to lose at these, and that means deep down we already know how to win. We just forgot. And if you don't remember, 5 years from now, your life will look exactly like today. Same problems, same frustrations, same version of you, only 5 years older. But let's change that together. So to start, let's look at what's stopping us from winning. When writing this video, I discovered something. It's way easier to imagine someone who's losing at life than someone who's winning at life. Someone who's not getting ahead, this image probably pops into your mind. They sleep until noon, they're always broke, or spending money they don't have. They're frustrated, complaining all the time, burning bridges, because we all know what losing looks like. But now try this. Picture someone who's truly winning at life. Not just the stereotype of the private island and the fancy car, but something different. Do you have a clear image? Or is it a little fuzzy? That right there is the problem. We're wired to spot what's wrong faster than we can define what's right. Most people know exactly what they don't want, but ask them what success looks like in real terms for them, and they hesitate. So here's what's interesting. If you can clearly see how to lose, that means you can flip it, and you can reverse engineer your way to winning. And to do that, we'll look at the 4 most important areas in our lives: health, wealth, happiness, and love. And most people, they've never actually defined what success looks like in each one. They just have a vague idea. And if you can't define it, you can't build it. So let's break this down together and get clear on what winning actually means. So before you drift further from the life you're meant to live, let's do this. So of the 4, health is the one that sets the tone for everything else. Without health, everything pales in comparison. Yet we'll spend hours researching the best case to protect our phone. But when it comes to our bodies, the one thing we can't replace, we often treat them like an afterthought. Exercise is pushed to the bottom of our priorities. And who hasn't made these excuses? I don't have time to exercise. I don't feel like exercising. Exercise is boring. But here's what losing at health looks like. You're wiped out by mid-afternoon. You catch every bug that goes around. You say no to things you used to love because your body just isn't up for it. Going to a club till 4 in the morning? Impossible. And here's the worst part. You started thinking that's just who you are. I'm just always tired. I'm just not athletic anymore. But what if none of that is actually true? Winning at health isn't about 6-packs or turning your body back to its 20-year-old self. It's about feeling strong enough to do what matters to you. It's about energy, resilience, confidence in your own body and what it can do. Most people think they need some elaborate system to get there. Special diets, fancy equipment, getting up at 4 a.m. to do a cold plunge in the snow. But here's what actually works. Move your body regularly. Eat food that gives you energy. Get real sleep. That's it. There's no big secret to good health. Your body doesn't need perfection. It just needs consistency. And when your body starts working with you instead of against you, everything else becomes easier. Now let's shift to the one area that silently stresses people out the most: money. And no, I don't mean having a yacht or a villa in Tuscany. I'm talking about the kind of money and wealth that affects your everyday life. Losing at wealth looks like this. You're constantly stressed about money. You avoid your bank app like it's a bad memory. And you can't do things you want to do because you simply can't afford them. Every decision becomes a calculation. Can I afford this? That's not living. As a student, I remember lying awake at night, doing the math in my head. Rent, groceries, gas, not to mention my cell phone bill. It was an ever-ending nightmare. The anxiety was like a weight on my chest. But here's the shift. Winning at wealth isn't about being rich, although a summer in the south of Spain would be nice. It's about being free. It's knowing you can handle an emergency without spiraling. It's about saying yes to dinner with a friend without worrying it will break the bank. It's fixing your car and paying your rent without panicking. Today, money has become an obsession. Internet is filled with get-rich-quick schemes, investments, side hustles, crypto, and don't get me wrong, there's a time and a place for all of that. But to start simple. Spend less than you make. Know where your money goes. Build a small cushion so you can finally breathe. That's it. You don't need to be a financial genius. You just need to be in control. Because when money stops running your life, you get to start running it. Then there's happiness. Maybe the most misunderstood of all. This one's tricky because everyone's selling you some version of this. Either just think positive or be in a good vibe only place. That's not real life. Here's what losing at happiness looks like. You're going through the motions every day. You feel numb most of the time. You can't remember the last time you felt genuinely excited about anything. You're existing, but you're not really living. It's when you get up and can't think of a single thing you're really looking forward to. Not today, not tomorrow, not next month. And that isn't good. Don't get me wrong. Winning at happiness isn't about being positive all the time. Life is hard, and pretending it's not, can be exhausting. Real happiness is feeling like your life has meaning. It's being connected to something bigger than just getting through the day. It's having things to look forward to. It's feeling proud of who you are and who you're becoming. Most people think happiness just happens to you. You wake up one day and suddenly feel fulfilled. But happiness doesn't fall from the sky. It's a signal. It appears when your life is aligned with what truly matters to you. And the best part, you don't have to wait for it. You can start building it, moment by moment. Right now. You just need to define what it is for you. And last but not least, love. Not just romantic love, but a real love with a deep connection. Here's what losing at love looks like. You feel alone, even in a crowded room, even in a relationship. Many of your relationships are just surface level. You built walls so high, no one can really see you. You're surrounded by people, but you still feel isolated. I remember scrolling through my contacts one night a few years ago. There were so many names, but there wasn't one person I could call at 2 a.m. if I really felt down and needed help. And that's when I realized my relationships weren't real. Winning at love doesn't mean having a perfect partner or a huge social circle. It means having people who really know you. Not the polished version of you, not the Instagram-ready version of you, but the real you. It's feeling seen, safe, understood. It's having space to be honest about what you're struggling with, without fear of judgment or mockery. Most people think love just happens. You meet the right person, you click, everything flows and falls into place. But real love, the kind that lasts, is something you build. You show up, you let your guard down, you choose connection, even when it's uncomfortable. And it starts with being honest about who you are and what you need. And when you know that, life stops feeling so heavy. And that's it. So where does this leave you? With something you've always had, but maybe forgot. The ability to choose what winning means for you, because you already know what losing looks like. You've lived it. You've seen it. The real question is, what does winning look like? For your health, for your wealth, your happiness, your relationships. So start by defining that. Get clear on what matters most to you. Then take one small step in that direction. You don't have to act on all 4 of these areas at once. Pick the one that sticks to you the most, the one you feel most encouraged to work on, and go from there. The rest will follow. What's important is starting today, not tomorrow, not next week, but right now. And when you do it again tomorrow, that's not just a habit. That's momentum. And that's how winning at life begins. And if you want to learn 5 habits that will help you to continue winning, click on the video in the top right-hand corner. It will give you exactly what you need. And remember, winning is not about chasing someone else's version of success. It's about creating your own.